A serious torn MCL last year, missed all of last season, but came back and made it to the USA team.
Well, Jeff, that strapping on his knee is new. That's a scaffolding strap too. There's a bit of a lot of support on that knee. He's definitely, I think he's feeling it right there too. He's definitely felt this knee.
Interesting to see how long he goes tonight. They obviously feel like he's okay, or he wouldn't be out there. That was a traveling call against Diamond Stone, which gave it back to Australia. Now Wilson drives in and gets a three-point play opportunity, and it's really interesting to watch the play of Mr. Wilson.
Well, welcome Tom Wilson to the tournament.
Well, no, he's played well the last couple of games, in crunch time especially.
And I'm going to put it on a caveat, Jeff. Calm down, calm down.
No, you got to tell it the way it is.
Quarterfinal, wrapped up.
Just get right to the point.
3-3. I love a story. 3 threes in the quarterfinal to finish it off, put him through. Yesterday's semifinal, he was the game winner. In overtime, or regulation, tied it up, and 4 or 5 points now for Wilson. I'm finished.
Jackson over to Ferguson.
Zone for Australia. There's the zone buster.
Yeah, he is. He'll bust anything. Zone, man-to-man, press.
Now the referee's got to protect Owies. That's 2 fouls that's not been called on Malik Newman.
Noy over to Humphreys. Back outside to Wilson. And Wilson again gets his way in. This time it was swatted out. Owies right at the line. Good!
Nice work there from Owies. Newman flying at him.
Good start to the final here. Newman from Mississippi. Jackson. And Jackson puts up a 3.
Yeah, that was a poor offense. Malik Newman was the real the problem with the fact he held onto the ball for so long.
Wilson almost turned it over needlessly, but got it back by Vasiljevic. Now Wilson, and fouls by Jackson.
I think Wilson's got to try and keep Jackson a little more honest. Show him the three-point shot. He's not shown any shot fakes yet. Lucky to get a foul there, I think. Great defense. Maybe a hand on the hip, but Jackson played pretty deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
Jackson is furious.
Oh, sat down too. Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't see it, but he
foul,
slapped the hand of Tatum because he has to come out of the game early. Just as I think happened yesterday, in fact, against Serbia. Humphreys backs up Diamond Stone over to Noy, and Noy puts up the J. And you know, Humphreys is doing a good job of passing back out of the paint because you know he wants to go hard to the hole.
Yeah. Now I'm going to question whether Diamond Stone's played against too many people as big as Humphreys and as in that 5 position. There can't be many people in his high school league that are that size, that's for sure.
There's Stone, goes up, and Tatum was there for the rebound. Keep it alive. Illinois, Australia, looking every bit the match right now. Vasiljevic, good! Get on your feet, Australians! Your team's off to a great start.
Showalter's a little concerned. Straight away he goes and gets a timeout. I think he's a little too hasty with the timeout, but you never know.
Tatum into the hands of Vasiljevic. It's a 3-on-1 fast break. He's going to pull up for a 3. Oh, it's good. I didn't think it was the right decision.
Unbelievable. And Showalter didn't get his timeout. Now he's berating the table. Calm down, coach. You got it.
Well, the Australians celebrating. Oh, Showalter doesn't like to fall behind. He wanted the timeout. It must have not been heard. Well, Australia off to a blistering start. The United States having to take an early timeout here to kind of reset the defense, reset the game plan. 17-7. I can't quite believe it, but Vasiljevic is just one of these streaky players that can put points on the board in a hurry.
Well, that last three was outrageous, wasn't he? He had two of his own men, 3-on-1 fast break, two of his teammates underneath the hoop for a layup, and he pulls up to three. But you know what? He got the whole crowd pumped up. Sean's going to change things up, run a few subs in here. He will definitely come out with his full court press just to change momentum, quicken things up against these Australian guards. In fact, he's going to stay with the same five, I think. Tatum, Giles, Diamond, and Ferguson, and Newman.
There's the famous Australia chant in the background. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Well, the team from down under right now is on top of the United States. Ferguson, Tatum, Newman, and Stone. There's Newman, and Newman just calms things down, doesn't he? Ice running in his veins.
Well, there's the press, just trying to hurry Australia up here, taking out their comfort zone.
Always in the lane, blocked from behind, but gets it back. Wilson gets in, tries to hand it off, and double dribble is the call, so.
And what you notice there, Jeff, no point guard for Australia got hold of the ball and controlled the system. It was all out of control. As soon as that press, that ball went over half court for Australia. Now they're in trouble now because Malik Newman's just got the bit between his teeth. 5 out of USA's 9 points.
Yeah, that's one player that you don't want to get on track, but I haven't seen him off track for the entire tournament, to be honest. And now Stone hits the jumper. Remember Stone hitting the jumper against Greece.
He has a nickname, the Gem.
Vasiljevic for three. Rims out this time, but coming from behind, Giles called for the foul.
You know, interesting is Stone went out to block the J from Vasiljevic. That meant that Humphries was matched up with Giles underneath, and Humphries has a lot of beef.
Giles takes a seat, and Ellenson comes in. Now, Ellenson has been excellent at this Under-17 World Championship. I'm not sure that he had much of an impact on yesterday's game, but I think he had reduced minutes as well.
Yeah. Jeff, Australia have gone to the bench.
Ferguson with a foul, by the way.
Yeah. Clark's in and Froling's in. This is a big moment for Australia. They had the 6-point lead. Now it's down to from 10 to 6. The next 4 minutes 20. I'm going to guess the next 2 minutes could be crucial for the Aussies.
So always you could see catching a breather. Oh, they're gonna. I wonder if they might miss Owies trying to break that press as well. Trolling. And just lost it, but Humphries was there to get it back out to Vasiljevic. And Tatum. And draws the foul. So instead of passing it back outside, Vasiljevic.
Ferguson again, Jeff. It's not great defense at all because Vasiljevic had nothing going. He'd been stopped at right as he got into the lane. Little pivot. There's the pivot. And where's the foul?
2 fouls.
That's a touch foul too. Terrence Ferguson feel a little upset with that one.
2 fouls on Ferguson and Vasiljevic.
That's fairly standard, Jeff. I think the games we've seen at the Ferguson, the Jackson, they get 2 quick fouls very easy because the referees are so tight on the hand on the hip. Anybody dribbling in the lane.
Well, King, VJ King is going to come in and replace Ferguson. Ellenson in the backcourt, gives it to King now. King pulls up at the line and banks it in.
I'm not sure he's looking for the bank, but he's got it in. There's the press from USA again.
And Wilson, excellent job. Beat it with a pass. Clark back outside to Wilson. Froling. And he put one off the backboard. So the USA were down 10. Now the lead for Australia is 5. Make it 3.
Wow, Malik Newman is just automatic jump
He
shot.
really is.
He's just such a soft touch.
Vasiljevic has the shot blocked by Diamond Stone.
Crowd's into it now, and Diamond's getting pumped up. The gem on this USA team. Well, always went to Vasiljevic went to challenge him, and Diamond says, no way. Swanigan's in for him.
So Swanigan's come in, big Caleb Swanigan.
The Beef replaced by the Beef. It's a tough matchup here for Humphries. Now Humphries got to go to work.
Oh, he's going to go right past Swanigan. He's held by Swanigan.
Well, surely the scout report must have said that Humphries will put the ball on the floor.
Well, Swanigan's going to go out. He's going to have to contend with the big fellow. We saw Humphries take one against Canada where he was outside and just put it on the floor and went in for the two-handed rim rocker, didn't we?
Yeah. And the steal last night against Spain in overtime for the half court. I mean, this kid can play.
You were wondering about his low post game a little bit.
Yeah, and they went to it. He came up with some stuff. He's got a lot of agility and skill.
Different wrinkle here from Australia. Now they're going to fall back into the 2-3 zone. Newman again for three. He's the MVP of the tournament for me right now.
Yeah.
Consistently excellent.
That is a very well break the press. Now they're going to keep doubling preps for USA. Look how impressive it is. There's that hand on the hip foul.
Yep.
And Tatum completely frustrated. But the slow motion will show you exactly their little reach. The referee sees it. He's got to make a decision.
Vasiljevic is back at the line. How many minutes can Vasiljevic play before he needs a blow? He looks tired, doesn't he?
I'm not sure. He looks like he'd go all day. He looks like he has great motor on him. You know what, Jeff, while he's hot, you won't want to come anywhere near that bench. The worst thing shooters want when coaches sub you out when you're hot.
Well, we've seen him get hot in this tournament, that's for sure.
So very peripheral press back into this zone.
Can Newman continue to bust those jumpers? He finally misses one, but then Swanigan is there for the putback.
4 USA players go to the offensive boards. Only Newman didn't go.
And they pass over the press. It leads to the fast break. And the foul on Swanigan. He horse-collared him, and then he says, "What did I do?" Watch this. I mean,
yeah, he did. He cut him right around the neck, yeah.
Swanigan has to come out, so... Boy, Wilson has been so effective going to the basket, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He really has. His play is on the way up in this tournament. He has just gotten better and better. He misses the free throw. He won't like that. Now, Ivan Rabb has come into the game, number 14, and he almost didn't make the team because of an ankle injury, but USA put him in the team. Now, Australia will probably breathe a sigh of relief that Newman has come out, but it's almost a case of pick your poison because Ramsey has replaced him, DeVearl Ramsey. Tatum gets to the line and scores, and it's an M1.
You know, Jeff, Australia showed 2-2 on press, but that time, instead of dropping back into the zone, this will go man-to-man, and Tatum said, listen, you're not going to be able to pay me one-on-one from that far out of the basket. He's going to go right at it.
And Tatum was short, but Ellenson very active on the rebound. And travels. Ellenson doesn't think he moved his pivot, or he's saying he got hit. Now, he's been really good at the front of the press. They get it inside to Clark, inbounds to Clark. Clark splits the press, the trap rather, into the corner of Vasiljevic. And what it does is it speeds up the game. And this is the tempo that the USA want. Over to King. Back to Ellenson. I think he'd rather him be out there than in. Wilson quickly to Clark. Froling holds on to it to Vasiljevic. Oh, beautiful pass from Vasiljevic to Froling.
He's the man of the quarter for Australia right now with his three-point shooting and that little wrap around the defender.
Froling showing something as well. Tatum getting into the lane, and the ball swatted, but it goes out of bounds.
Could have been caught a travel there against Jason Tatum. Shuffled his feet as he went up to score. Out of control.
King is going to be replaced by Battle. Now, Battle is is a hard worker here. You look over here at the bench from Australia.
I'll make that all 12 players on the floor. First quarter here for the USA.
Battle was excellent yesterday against Serbia, coming off the bench. And Akintola, who's come in for Australia, number 8, picks up the foul. Remember, Jack White is also in number 12. USA don't want to look past him. Now, important minutes here for Humphries on the bench. Catches breath. Rab. Passes back outside of Tatum. Battle. Travels.
Yeah, just a little twig. I'm surprised Tatum didn't throw it back into Rab. Rab's got such a great post up. They've drawn a foul out of Akintola the play before that.
Clark. And the first time, I think.
First turnover against the press. And I'm not sure where Wilson is. Wilson was halfway down the floor. Obviously a ploy to bring Clark up to break the trap.
So, Australian a man.
Here's the post up for Rab.
Going to try to post up Akintola. The right spins, and that's great footwork.
Yes, that's money. That's got to be your play every time down the floor.
Yep.
Only Newman's hot from the perimeter. They've got to go deep down into that low post.
That's the best move we've seen from Rab, that's for sure, in this tournament. And Tatum knocks it away. And watch this. Hello. Australia suddenly down a point. They're up by 10. And a chance of USA ringing through the Hampton Sports Complex. And the foul by Ramsey pushes. And that will put Australia on the line. Owens is going to come back in.
Jeff, now you're bringing Owens back in, but you're taking Clark out and you're on defense because you've got 2 free throws to come here. I can understand putting Owens in for offense with 12 seconds to go, but the other way around, you need Clark's rebounding and perhaps you need his length defensively. But he's going to pick up Ramsey, which might be a threat in a one-on-one going down the floor, so I'm not going to second guess Watkins. I'm sure he's got...
No, that's probably what it is. You're right. Not giving away too many inches in height there, is he?
No, they're vying for the smallest men on the court right now.
So the free throws put Australia back in front.
You can't get too close to him. It just blitzed by you.
Ramsey. Now Battle. Puts up and good. Akintola. Well, they took Ramsey out of it, but it took Battle to make a jump shot, and he did.
That'll tie his battle down. As I said, he had a good semi-final yesterday. You alluded to that.
Yep.
And he made a mistake on the I think the one before the play last, with a traveling play, but that was a nice little move. Step in, step out, drop the jump shot.
So Australia so far matching the USA on the boards. Just 3 turnovers for Australia to 5 for the USA.
And the key there, Jeff, is that USA got into early foul trouble with this. The referees getting really finicky after these hands on the hip shots.
Let's listen in to Coach Mark Watkins on the Australia bench. Well, I'm not sure you can hear him. And now comes Showalter.
With those, the
So the FIBA Under-17 World Championship final has had a good start. And Tyus battle, the jump shot right there at the end of the first quarter gives the Americans, the two-time defending champions, a 28-27 lead. Australia will start proceedings here in the second quarter. Owies, Froling, Wilson, Humphries is back in, and Vasiljevic is in. And they get it inside to Humphries, and he goes up. And Stone, I guess, bothered him.
Little 1-3-1 half-court defense there for USA again, showing something different. That was a big opportunity there for Humphries to get in the game.
Oh, Battle has the shot blocked from Humphries.
Yeah, he had 5 blocks last night. He gets out there on those guards too. Now, can they get the ball down low and go one-on-one, the two 15s at each other?
He lost it a little bit. Vasiljevic has now got it into Froling, and he travels. Rab was upset. He thought they were going to call a foul. And Froling is penalized.
Interesting here, you got Ramsey and Newman. Newman playing the 2 spot. I think that's his preferred position, Malik Newman.
Well, Stone with the jumper.
No rebound is in sight either for the USA there, which is always going to be the case when Stone's shooting jump shots.
Vasiljevic had some electric moments in the first quarter. And
Isaac Humphries there just struggling to get into the game right now.
That was a weird play. What happened? It hit off the backboard.
Well, he threw it down, obviously a miscued pass. It hit the bottom of the backboard, bounced down on the floor, then bounced right up into the air. I'm not sure how Australia get it back again.
Yeah. Noy. Here's Newman.
You know, I like Froling in the game. He gives them that option.
Oh, it's so strong. He got that off, and then Stone was there for the follow, and that's happened a couple of times. If Newman's misses, Stone has been there for the putback. Newman may have got away with one there. Noy splits the trap, gets in, and makes the layup.
Yeah, a lot of gambling defense there for the USA. I think you've got to play a little smarter than that. Get the stops and then get on the break. Diamond's not going to get a look down low. That's tough.
Noy switches over and gets a hand in the face of Ramsey, but it doesn't matter. The real competitor, Ramsey. Always picks up the dribble. Over to Noy, now Wilson. And Wilson just lost control of it. Noy's going to get back on defense, and then Battle just lost it out of bounds. So good hustle from Noy.
You know, Ivan Rab was trailing that play, and maybe Battle might have been better off just looking for a teammate. He's going to sub out, and my word, you know what, he'll be frustrated.
Well, can't fault him for effort, that's for sure. Noy, Wilson. Rab at the front of that press. They find Humphries inside. Over it goes. Owies. And Rab fights Stone for the rebound and comes away with it.
Jeff, there's your problem against the USA. It's one and done every time, isn't it? One shot's all you get.
Newman kind of slipped, was able to get it to Ramsey. And he's pushed out of bounds by Humphries. Well spotted by the Slovenian referee, Damir Javor. Hodgson, the backup point guard, one of the backup guards comes in for Wilson, so another ball handler. I wonder if he'll be able to handle it as well as Wilson has. Now USA up by 3. Jackson back in. Noy reaches in, gets it into the hands of Hodgson, and Hodgson does well to get it back to Humphries. And the Slovenian referee calls travel on Humphries.
John Scholes is just motioning to the referees that the defense on Ivan Rab down, against Harry Giles down the other end was reaching over the top. So the referees
will... turnovers. 6 for the USA, 5 now for Australia. So 2 in this quarter for Australia. Giles. And Jackson gets it back, but turn it over.
Yeah, I think Giles saw a dunk in his eyes there as that pass was coming back to him.
Oh, he hands it off and to Humphries. Was thinking about going up on that side, but decided to go for the reverse and draws the foul. Did a good job of getting Stone up off his feet.
That intimidation factor was the reason Humphries went underneath the basket, Jeff. He didn't want to risk going the same side and getting his shot blocked. And he's not got his head in it right now. He needs to concentrate.
He's a bit psyched out. I'm sure he can find his A game here, though. There, that's more like it. Big Isaac.
Definite contender for all tournament, I think. Out of these Australian players, maybe Vasiljevic on this performance too, but
it all depends probably what happens tonight.
Yeah.
Newman off the rim and swatted. Good hands. Boy, Noy is offering, but they couldn't keep Giles off the boards. Noy gives him a little bit of height in there as well, something we haven't seen from him in this tournament. His ability to challenge shooters, at least I haven't. Vasiljevic, it's the three. That came at the right time for Australia.
Turns to the referee and said, give me some assistance too. You think he got hurt?
Jackson flies in, nowhere to go. And Stone goes up, and he's fouled by Humphries.
Wow, super move from Jackson. Not quite under control, but Diamond Stone.
Oh, I didn't see anything there. Tough call on Humphries. Picks up another foul. The big man has to go to the bench.
3, Jeff. That's crucial for Australia.
It did look like a good block, but you know what? These things, well, they're calling it both ways.
You got Stone, Flanagan, Rab, they just wear you down. And now with a 2-point lead for Australia. See what this next 6 minutes does for the lead for Australia, because without Humphries, they are really vulnerable.
Noy is going to have to stand up and be counted as well as Clark on the boards, without question. There's Giles at the top, passes over to Vasiljevic. Vasiljevic gets past, puts up a little runner. And Jackson, one and done. Now here comes Jackson in action, and the ball stays out.
That was tough play from Jackson all the way. Got in the air and he was fading away from the hoop, eventually going off to his right, and just managed to just bring the ball back. And Showalter just living every moment on that sideline there, Jeff.
I don't know if you remember the Greece game, but Jackson made a couple of plays that were breathtaking.
Yeah. Right.
Game-changing plays. He's definitely got some talent. Oh,
he's just pressed back into 3 quarters here.
And the Froling puts it up, put a little finger roll up, and should have scored from that angle, but it's the intimidation factor. Now, Froling gets it back, turnover to USA, and Tatum, the long arms. Boy, he really does defend well, Tatum. Froling inside, that time he does get it up and in, and cuts it back to a 2-point deficit.
Yeah, Diamond Stone gave up the baseline way too easily there. Froling should never be beating him that from way out on the 3-point line.
Now remember, Greece gave the USA a pretty, they were tough. And Australia knocked them out in the first knockout game. And Malik Newman gets in and misses the layup, but another Newman miss, no problem. One of the USA big men is there to follow. Noy quickly to the other end, draws the contact, but no call now. Newman. And USA off and running. Good hustle from Vasiljevic.
Wrong choice. Jackson wide open. Tatum covered. He got the wrong option there, I think.
I want to say that Australia really battle-tested, having come back against Spain and having beaten Greece in the knockout. And I guess you'd have to say the USA as well, since they beat Serbia yesterday. Oh, Tatum, that was just poetry.
Yeah, that's sweet, isn't it? I think it might be his first point of the game too, Jeff.
Clark into the corner.
Well, he's got 6 already, Tatum. So he's
quiet 6. Yeah. Clark for 3. Short. And some sloppy ball handling. They're going to have to hurry. He gets it across midcourt. Now Newman gets it to Jackson. And Jackson travels. USA are so quick timeout on the floor. I think we're going to have some wholesale substitutions, perhaps, for the Aussies when we come back. 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And there you see the scoreboard up top, 41-35, USA. They're desperate, aren't they, Australia, to find some way to combat this American team. They're struggling now to keep them off the boards, and that's their big problem.
Yeah, they're going to struggle to get an offensive rebound with this lineup for the USA. Now we're looking at a 6-point deficit now, 4 minutes to go and 8 seconds. You know, you might be looking at a 12-point lead for us for USA at halftime. I can see the USA pulling this one away quietly over the next 4 minutes or so.
They can do it really quickly.
Yeah, they can. Now, whether they'll do it quickly against the Australians, I'm not quite sure. They're batting away, that's for sure.
There's Tatum. So we got that too. And you see Newman with the miss, but Stone was there for the follow. And that was a jumper from Ramsey while he was in there. So with Humphries on the bench, Australia's all-tournament candidate, one of them anyway, they're going to have to do it without him. Froling comes up. Flanagan in, guarding him. 7 on the shot clock. Vasiljevic, 5 on the shot clock. And Tatum's hand in the face. I think he probably got some ball. Tatum's defense comes to the fore again. Newman thinks about it, puts it up. It's good. He's just too good.
You summed it up right there. And now the pressure's on Australia. They've got to come up with a shot here.
Biggest lead of the game for the USA. On top by 8. Vasiljevic for 3. Rims out. And into Swanigan. And now the lead is 10. And it's just like you said, this thing can get out of hand for Australia.
Yeah, they've got to settle things down. Stay with the program. No need to shoot too quickly.
Well, Froling's going to put it up from 3 and fouled by Tatum.
And that is as poor a foul, and Showalter knows it too. That's a 3-point. He's fouling a 3-point shooter. He's turned around and said, I didn't touch him.
Well, we'll get a look at it possibly. I don't know. It's here we go. Looked like he was just running past. He got his hand close to the release point, but Froling will take it. Second one is good.
I say what this does, Jeff, it takes a 10-point lead and the momentum and now makes it back into potentially a 7-point lead, and Australia's still hanging around again. So the USA have got to go back down to work, try and edge this double-digit lead again.
Well, Vasiljevic is taking a seat.
Bit of pressure here from Australia, 1-2-2 half court.
And Mullen guarding Ellenson there. And Tatum tries to make up for the play. And instead of allowing the USA to get that follow-up put back, they hit it out, but it ends up with Newman. And he gets it 14 points. He's really not doing anything wrong.
Single-handedly. He's just taking this game apart. MVP from last year's FIBA Americas tournament. And going to be very close today as well for the MVP here.
Tom Wilson misses. The 9-point lead. Newman, mid-court. Tatum, the jumper. And the box out from Tom Wilson.
That's good because Ellenson is right breathing down his neck.
And he gets it up just ahead of the shot blockers. I think right about now we need to hear an Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi chant or something. Try to distract the USA. Well, it's going to take a lot to distract Newman because he's just like, it's like he's in practice. 16 points. Incredible. What a player.
And the other thing is, there's no adjustment. Australia would have called timeout here to get some adjustments on the pick and roll. Now, the thing is, it doesn't matter if they go and stop Newman because somebody else will step to the fore.
Remember, Australia take the timeout. Instead of getting the rebound the previous time down, an Australian batted it outside, and Newman got it in his hands and just knocked down the jumper. So you can't really do a box and one, can you?
Well, you could. You can try all sorts of things. The box and one. The Olympic final of 2012, Spain come out in the box and one on LeBron to finish the game. So you've seen the very best level where that defense.
Newman tried. There you see he's well ahead of the pack. 16 points.
You know what? Right now, Australia couldn't do much worse than let somebody else take some responsibility. Newman's going to come out. I thought he was going to sit down for a minute, but
it's like you said, if he's hot, leave him in.
Yeah, that's right.
They're prepared. I mean, the Aussies are well prepared for this game, as is the USA. But Australia has kept it tight as possible. 9 points now, and they've obviously practiced the press, breaking the press. McMullen up against Swanigan. Now Wilson, 6 on the shot clock. Wilson puts up a tough shot. Decided not to pass it to Owies.
I think USA will be more than happy with a double-digit lead at halftime. And there's your problem. Malik Newman just runs that pick and roll. If they switch, which is what they did, they switched hard that time, and Froling comes up and guards him. That's a mismatch waiting to happen. In fact, it wasn't Froling, it was White. Yeah, Jack White. And Newman's just going to put pressure on whoever steps out and plays him. He might have 20 by halftime.
He will.
And 50 points already for USA, and that means that it's going to be a 100-point game, all things being equal. And Australia are going to struggle to get 100 points on the board.
I guess a minor victory for Australia that Newman would just go 1 of 2. Owies over to Froling for 3. He's hitting it today.
That's his strength, that position right there.
I know some of the scouts like him. Newman just steps back, takes the 3, and shows he's human. Ball goes out of bounds over to the United States.
Jeff, he must have taken USA's last 6 or 7 shots. When have you ever seen an American team where one player has taken 6 shots in a row?
It kind of reminds me of Stephen Marbury in 2004. Also, Marbury played for the World Junior Championship Team USA. They finished 7th. And travel is the call against Newman, so he does show he's fallible.
This is a great end to the half for Australia, and it really shouldn't have been.
Well, can they hold it for 1 shot? First, they have to break the press. And Tom Wilson just excellent. Froling, well, they decided to take it back out, and I think wisely. They want to get 1 shot at the end of the half. You have to fight the temptation to score. Too early. Now they've got to put it up. Wilson. And that gives the USA, I think it's 0.9 seconds here. Well, if there's any team that could get something out of this, it would be the USA. Throw it up to the rim. The battle. And, oh, he made it close.
Could have won a gold coin with that, make that gone down.
Gold coin, yes. USA leading it 50-43. I mean, they're on top. Australia have now, they've bought themselves some time. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
They go to halftime. They can talk about it.
This will be the closest deficit USA have had at any game in the tournament at halftime. I don't think Serbia was 7.
Was it not 7? Okay, I was thinking it was that close. 50-43, USA on top of Australia. And you can see the USA They were being matched on the boards early, but not so much now. 25-12, including 10 offensive rebounds. Still only 6 turnovers for Australia, and that's why they're in the game. They're doing a good job with their press break, and they're making some free throws. 14 of 16 at the line. Stick around for second half action here, the FIBA U17 World Championship Final from Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates.
Competitors will now have the chance to shoot some hoops and win some fantastic prizes.
All right, some fun and games here. We got 4 shooters. They're going to shoot a free throw each. And we've got some willing competitors. Find out who we've got here. Where are we going to start? We'll leave you 2 guys till last, all right? What's your name, son? Dennis, and where are you from?
Well, we're at halftime. It's the FIBA U17 World Championship in Dubai. The United States, the two-time defending champions, lead Australia 50-43. And, you know, when I said they're right at the end of the first half that Australia bought themselves some time, what I was getting at was they bought themselves some time without Isaac Humphries because they didn't have him really for much of the second quarter, and yet they still only trail by 7 points.
6 minutes to go. I mean, that's exactly right, Jeff. When we talked in commentary about it was a 1 point game, I think, at the time. What would it be at the break? I was guessing maybe 10 plus, 13 perhaps. For Australia to be only down by 7. And a lot of it belongs to the United States. A few mistakes, the foul on Froling on the three-point line, just careless errors. But it is a ball game right now, and the United States usually come out the second half, the first 5 minutes, very, very strong because the two players that got into foul trouble early, Ferguson and Jackson, will be have the bit between their teeth. For Australia, they have to keep it under 10 for this whole third period. If they do that, then you know what, an upset might be on the cards because these Australians can shoot it, and if they get hot and there's enough space given to them, they will definitely make you pay the price.
Well, if you've taken a halftime break, the third quarter is about to start here at the FIBA U17 World Championship in Dubai. United States leading it 50-43, unbeaten in this competition, dating back to 2010. They won in Hamburg, they won in Lithuania, they won against everybody here this time. Just, you know, they had an interesting game against Greece. They had a very interesting game against Serbia. Wasn't done and dusted until deep into the contest. And Australia showing they're worthy of the pre-tournament tag as one of the teams that might be able to cause problems to the USA.
Yeah, and I think I made a mistake over for halftime. I think Serbia had a very closer game, didn't they, at halftime? Maybe a 1 or 2 pointer. So Australia with this, the problem for Australia, they're giving up 50 points. And can they match another 43-point half as far as they're concerned? That might be a tough ask. Australia may only score or get to 80 points. And that will be, they're going to have to dig in and play some defense to keep the States under 80.
Well, Giles, who plays at Wesleyan Christian Academy in Winston-Salem, or in North Carolina, back in the game. Jackson, Consortium College Prep in Southfield, Michigan in the game. And Diamond Stone, Vasiljevic is now leading the fast break. And looked off Tom Wilson and puts it up and in. And there's a wry smile from the captain, Captain Wilson.
Well, I wonder if Giles got a piece of that and put it in too. I'm not sure. I thought Giles tried to block it from behind.
That was not Wilson's basket, that was Vasiljevic.
What a great start for Australia. Now, what have USA got in response?
Well, Giles, somewhat fortuitous to get that ball bouncing out to him. Wilson reaches in, but a foul, I think, called on Owies. There you see the stewardesses there. Would anybody like any coffee, tea, or milk? Ferguson crashing the boards.
Hey, 3 shots have been missed in a row for the USA. Owies picks up his first foul. They need to settle down quickly. They don't want to get into some sort of game that's going to have tension attached to it as far as they're concerned.
You're talking about the USA?
Yeah.
Stone gets inside. And ball batted out to Tom Wilson. Number 7. And Humphries passes out to Vasiljevic. And he floats up and misses everything.
Tough one, because he had the 3-pointer. Travel against Ferguson, Jeff. They're just not concentrating the USA. I'll make that 5 offenses.
I've got one thing to say about that. Just give the ball to Malik Newman and let him go down and go to work. He'll settle you right down. He was the guy that was taking all the shots in the second quarter.
You cannot. The end of the first half was very frustrating because Newman just trying a bit too hard.
Well, Wilson gets in, puts up the layup, and just like that. You know, they talk about the first 5 minutes. See, see Mark Watkins smiling on the Australian bench, being so crucial for the team that's trailing. Giles gets the rebound, misses, and Noe can't control the rebounds.
Giles has missed 3 shots in a row. Just little jump hooks for him. I'm sure he's bothered by that left knee. Big strapping on it. Just a little bit of ill discipline creeping in here, Jeff. Stone goes up. Nice finish to Giles just to make sure.
Jackson followed that, hanging on the rim.
Stone's got 8 points. He might be the key for America, I think, now. They've got to go down low and get it in where it hurts.
There's Wilson. And they get it inside. And everything is coming difficult tonight for Humphries. He's been such a class act for most of this tournament. And another turnover for USA. Ferguson caught that ball. I think his right foot was out of bounds.
That is the most frustrating thing you see from modern day players. When they catch it, they automatically put a foot backwards.
Here's Vasiljevic. Gets in the lane, gets the shot blocked by Giles. Now out on the fast break, he's dribbling, he's weaving, he hands it to Stone, and Stone goes up and is fouled by Owes. In the grand scheme of things, not a bad foul considering it put him off the shot.
Beautiful pass from Harry Giles, and all I love Diamond Stone is balance, Jeff. His ability to catch any pass. Great hand for a big man.
Well, there's been a big debate about whether or not Stone or Humphries is better. Different players, really.
No argument.
Stone.
Yeah, no argument.
Well, we'll see who makes the all-tournament team. Maybe both of them will. Maybe Humphries won't if he keeps going like this.
Yeah, he's had a quiet game.
Noy hands it off to Owes. Wilson for 3. Good. It's a 3-point game.
Well, that's a huge game for Wilson today. What's that, 15 points he's got? That is an incredible shot. He started the game well.
Just been growing in confidence ever since, I think, the win against Puerto Rico. Newman misses, but Jackson goes up for the dunk and was fouled, was it by Noy?
Went all the way to the top floor. Look at it, climbed on somebody's back there.
Watch this. What can you do about this?
Noy was ball watching. He probably could do little else.
Jackson converts it. The 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Now Owes looks for some space. Gets it to Wilson for 3. Good! Well, he had his struggles earlier in the tournament, as you quite rightly pointed out.
1 of 19, Jeff, from the 3-point line over the first 4 games.
Can you say saving the best for last?
Oh, incredible. Great. Good to see it, too. Oh, he's third foul. That'll be pine time coming his way, I think.
Maybe just to settle him down. So they'll take Owes out, and that'll put the ball handling responsibilities over to Tom Wilson.
I love this. There's no element of like for like with the Australian substitution. Clark at 6'7" comes in, and always the point guard sits down, and Clark is not going to play point. So just do it by committee between Wilson and Vasiljevic.
There's Ferguson. He can hit the 3 off the rim, and Wilson.
The quietest game I've ever seen Ferguson play, I think. 0 points.
Well, they had the foul trouble, had to sit down early. Oh, and he telegraphed it into Jackson. Here it comes. Jackson's going to soar in and lay it up. And if Humphries could have it all to do again, he wouldn't make that pass, obviously.
You know what? He's got to go to work. That's what he's in the low post for. Give him the ball, go to work.
Wilson, tough pass and intercepted by Giles. And over to Jackson, back to Giles for the 2-handed jam. And just like that, the USA race back in front. And all, as you see Giles going up, he must lead this competition in dunks. All kind of started with the miscue, the pass that was intercepted.
takes Harry Giles on to 8 points. I think he scored 4 this half. He's had a really indifferent start with missing his first 3 or 4 jump hooks. But once he goes coast to coast, he's so strong. He's going to take a rebound, put the ball on the floor, and down the other end so quickly.
Ball gets in, we're trapping.
Either way, Australia have not. They can honestly say they put in a one less game, but they win or lose it. They've pushed Australia to a very good ball game. It's going to blow out. And they've hung in there. They've made some jump shots. Must have made a whole host of threes. Surprisingly, only hit 4 3-pointers. Davids must have hit 3 of those, I think, maybe 2, and Wilson's just hit 1.
Yeah, USA just 2 of 10 tonight from 3-point range.
Here's that press, 1-2, 1-1 press up the floor. They break it with that pass down the middle to Clark. He's your man of the moment, isn't he? Almost got in a bit of trouble there. They're still double teaming, nice play.
They get to Clark, and Jackson was there for the block.
But you know what, Jeff? Clark's got to go and flush that down. You cannot mess around with just throwing something up and not expecting somebody to come and pin you. Here's the block. He thinks he's fouled.
That was just great defense from Jackson. Giles hustling, but Wilson committed the foul. Stopped the fast break. So Australia now with 5 team fouls, so that does put Giles on the line. Misses. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be quite himself tonight. We'll have to ask afterwards if the knee's been bothering him.
It's an interesting period here for Humphries and Froling in the game for Australia. 2 bigs. Probably, I think it's their best lineup, 4 or 5. Froling's a good 4-man. Good to shoot it. There's the press broken. Oh, Maddox has got a foul. But, you know, Newman's foul has been coming for a long, long time. Perhaps not in that vein.
Yeah, got him on the right.
Wrist, yeah. Now, big period here for Australia. They've got to hang in. They're 9 down. They've got to get some scores. And Wilson's been the main man. Half-court 1-2-2 press.
And Humphries has made a couple of bad decisions with his passing. Giles goes in, and the follow.
Stop it. That was it. That was outrageous.
That was a full foot over the rim. Vasiljevic tries to get in on the act.
Yeah, his forte is shooting the ball, and that's what you've got to stick to.
Newman, and now it looks like the dam is about to burst. Australia finding it extremely difficult.
Yeah, and of course the ball's out of the point guard's hands. They can't run anything. A lot of double teaming out there.
Vasiljevic for 3. And Humphries just not able to get it going on the boards as well. Newman. And the foul on Stone, clearing out to get the rebound. You know, Humphries has just 1 rebound tonight. Obviously, he's surrounded by some guys that are pretty good rebounders, so
he's going to come out too. I wouldn't be surprised to see Showalter take Malik Newman out, put the Joel Ramsey, and maybe just look to power it down low and get these big boys working.
Wilson calmly handles the pressure. Vasiljevic for 3. Good.
That's what he does well. Stand-up shooter.
Well, Wilson is like a coach on the floor, isn't he? He is amazing for his age.
Yeah.
2-3 zone. Jackson for 3. And look at him box out there.
Wow, wonderful box out. Just Ferguson away from the balls and turns it over.
Yeah, through behind Froling. He's not out of place in this game at all. Wilson. He's gonna earn a good pay packet as a basketball player. That's my prediction.
why you say that, Jeff. He's breaking into that next level is very tough. You can see him playing, going to America and playing NCAA. A lot of these Australian kids do.
Look at the rebound total. 37 to 17.
Now, Ramsey's in the game now. Australia's in the zone. He'll get things moving. He'll get people involved.
Ramsey.
There's the pass. Nice play.
And the Swanigan misses, and guess who? Wilson comes up with the ball. And gets it over to Clark. And then Ramsey reaches in and commits the foul.
Yeah, Ramsey did everything right. Pressure on the ball, but it's that left hand on the hip. The referees will not tolerate anything like that. Terrence Ferguson's had a really quiet game. But he's six for USA. Sits down, 2 fouls, no points.
Vasiljevic, perhaps the key for Australia. Froling without question. Gonna have to do some rebounding. Ramsey picks up another. He's using his hands too much. Body checking or hand checks. 3 fouls now. Soon, well, it's only the 3rd foul on the USA.
He can afford to give himself a little bit more space with Vasiljevic. Vasiljevic needs a bit of space to shoot it, but you just take a little bit, allow for the dribble. Froling loves this shot.
Well, he drills it, and it's back down to 7 points. Don't forget, Australia came back from 22 to beat Spain.
And that one play, the pick and roll, Froling up top, is the one that got him back in the first half into it.
Ellenson kind of pulls his way down, but then loses control, and Noy almost threw it away. But Wilson collects it, goes in hard, and wanted to foul. Now Tatum goes up, has to slow up, but he's going to go all the way. And that is pretty much unstoppable, really, with Tatum.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And that's what he does well. He's got an eye for that bucket.
I'm not seeing the foul there on Noy, but I have to see a different angle of that.
Now again, Jeff, I'm going to say it's another important time for Australia. They were struggling and then got back with it with some good buckets from Wilson and Vasiljevic. They're now 10 down again. And the pressure will be inserted by this new 5 on the floor for the USA.
BJ King on the ball now.
He's got to be careful with that arm reaching.
And Wilson just goes straight out, gets it back to Vasiljevic for 3!
Jeff, there's the problem. When you play too close and you get beaten, the help side has to come. The jump shooters are wide open. You've got to play your man straight up.
You know, I think the belief is growing now with Australia with that last play. Tatum. And Noy with the rebound. How long will Showalter go with this 5? Froling short. Ellenson with the rebound. Now Ramsey over to a wide open Jason Tatum for 3. And Ellenson goes up and gets the rebound. Misses. Scrap for the ball, goes over to Australia.
Yeah, you're right. Showalter's made substitutions in this second half by the numbers. 5-minute mark, it's 5 in, 5 out. Ivan Rad's going to get his time now. But maybe with that 7-point cushion, he can afford to give some players a run, give them some rest, and then get ready for the 4th quarter onslaught.
Well, Froling looks exhausted. Noy looks tired. Hodgson's some fresh legs. So Wilson's out. Big period here for Australia without Wilson on the floor. He's been that good, and they go to Noy, and now it's a 5-point game.
What a pass, what a pass, and the defense just went to sleep.
Now the USA. Swanigan sets the high pick. BJ King for the jumper, good! And Noy, perhaps that's not in his skill set. Ramsey quickly floats and scores, and the USA punish it. The turnover, 72 now, 63.
Well, 4 points in a hurry, Jeff, and just turned the game back around to the USA's way. So you have to be disciplined.
Rad also on the floor for the USA. Now Noy puts up a long jumper. And Tatum gets in the lane, and the foul before, no, the travel. You know, it's interesting as Akintola comes in, and you can't fault Mark Watkins. Here's another look. That was called a travel.
Yeah, we got a technical foul.
Oh, a technical foul
on the USA bench. I'm not sure what happened. I don't think anybody knows what happened except probably that bench over there, but somebody said something. Foul.
Well, we saw we have seen some technical fouls called in this tournament. I don't think Showalter was satisfied with the explanation, but you're never fully satisfied with the technical. It's called on you.
No, I mean it's.
There was one called on Serbia last night, wasn't there, against the USA?
Obviously, there's always frustration. These are international referees, and you got to learn. You learn very quickly. You're not going to get it right
if
all the
they've
time.
called the technical, they've probably warned them. And Hodgson, as the point guard, can't lose the ball that easily. Reach. Hodgson, another turnover. And now the USA will get the last shot. And with Wilson off the floor, and Owens as well, there you see Ramsey. And good play from Hodgson to come back and make up for the miscue. But that is 74-64. They could have been punished worse there. That was the first time they really kind of became somewhat flustered against the U.S. pressure.
Well, you got the ball with 8-point lead, and the last shot in the quarter, your point guard turns it over at the on the halfway line of the half-point midpoint. It's great defense from the USA, but I think Jaden Hodgson took too many liberties there with VJ King.
Yeah. 15 of 18 at the line for Australia. They get hammered on the boards, though, 43-19. Some of that is Humphries having the foul trouble and just not able to find his way into the game.
And I don't think any team in this tournament has shot over 50% from inside the three-point line. The USA have been that dominant.
Well, Mick, it's a summer of basketball. Both of these countries will have teams that are going to be at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So this is kind of like whetting the appetite. Australia is going to have a really good team. United States, obviously, are going to have a really good team. Spain, everybody. So
USA, Brazil. There's a big game going on tonight in Chicago. Yeah. And later on tonight. Jeff, I think Australia have done well here just to be 10 down at the end of the third quarter. And I think sometimes you find with USA teams, when they lose, it's when a team comes up from behind late in the game. So for Australia, they have to go through these little parts of this fourth quarter and just make sure they're in with a hint of winning. For the USA, they need to get a 15-point cushion. Otherwise, you're going to find an Australian team that just hangs around, and maybe there's a sting in the tail of this one.
Well, just as a reminder, as the hosts here taking the action here in Dubai, Australia had to come from 22 down last night just to get here against Spain. And Spain probably still can't believe what hit them there. Spain lost to Serbia in the bronze medal game. Vasiljevic drives in. Humphries is checked back in, but ball bounced to the other side of the rim. Newman pulls up for the jumper. It's no good. Now Humphries comes out, gets the rebound, and quickly up to Noy. And he goes up for the rim rocker.
Okay, Jeff, they need to come up with something a bit more inside, interior based. Ivan Rad's got to get a touch. Malik Newman needs to get hold of this game.
Well, we saw Rab with that superb footwork in the first half to get that basket. Maybe they will. He's posting up Vasiljevic, but he has to go outside. Now they get it to Giles. And he, you know, Giles goes right over Humphries.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What a great cut from Giles to the ball. Rab was way out in the post.
Humphries decides he's going to play. He gets it up and in. Well, maybe we're going to see something out of him here in the fourth quarter.
That is a big body that Isaac Humphries has, and he's
offensive foul, the elbow on Malik Newman.
I think it's Harry Giles.
Oh, Harry Giles.
The referee spotted it from 3/4 of the court away.
That's incredible.
Oh, Harry Giles having right more chat to Noy as well. They're still having a little beef with each other. Unsportsmanlike too.
Well, this is where, you know, you've got to control it. And right now, the USA only up by 8. And Wilson at the line. And Australia, I won't say they've just been hanging around. I mean, they've been really battling. It's always difficult circumstances against this team. And
I want to say that if they kept the lead under manageable, they kept the deficit manageable. You know, they've not really been in the lead from the 27. They were up by 10 early in the first quarter.
But the USA have had the bench technical. They've had the unsportsmanlike foul, and they haven't been punished.
Yeah, ill-disciplined. No, that's right.
I mean, they were punished, but Australia haven't punished them by making the free throws.
Well, they've missed 3 free throws now, and they also turned it over the last time they had the ball at half court. Oh, he might be a little more successful.
Giles has come out. He's been replaced. Stone is back in. Oh, he goes up. Oh, he had the shot. And there you see Humphries gets up, gets on the ground. Boy, how good is Tatum? He's just making life miserable for them. Wilson goes up. Humphries was there for the follow, but it slipped. Now up ahead to Newman. Hands it off to Rab, and Rab goes up and lays it in. And one.
Class, Jeff, class. Malik Newman, the offensive firehouse, all of a sudden turns to be the provider for Ivan Rab, and his best moment of the final so far.
So they have gone from really kind of on the verge of almost pulling even, Australia, to now trailing by 11. And Humphries, Owies puts up the long one, misses. Now 2-on-1 fast break. DJ King kind of fumbles it, gets it to Stone, and Stone almost. Well, timeout on the floor. A couple of minutes here into the fourth quarter. Australia trying to regroup. And had their opportunities. They've still in it. They've got to keep their composure. But the USA just feel like they're ready to bust loose at any minute.
Play them into long shots.
Diamond Stone's reinsertion to the game, as well as Rab, now seems to be finding his game.
Well,
he's had the injury, but he looks good out on the fast break as well. I'm
going to go the other way, Jeff. Australia just blown a couple of chances there. You've got to be on your A game if you're going to beat the USA. You know, Humphries had a follow-in. Little Tommy Wilson had a layup that he just didn't quite get to go in.
Oh, absolutely.
But at each time, they're punished. Each opportunity, they were punished down the floor. So as the fans look on,
There's Diamond Stone. He'll be at the line. And taking free throws, misses it, so it's a good foul yet again. But USA with 11-point lead. How? Well, will they keep him off the glass? Yes, they do. Rab was putting pressure, so both teams missing free throws. We've been slightly distracted by something that's been going on, in case you're wondering why there are some pauses behind us here. But Tom Wilson now. In it goes to Humphreys, over to Noy, and Noy. And really, you've just said it. You know, you have to play almost not perfect basketball, but you've got to take advantage of some opportunities. And Australia now, what, three straight trips down the floor have just kind of thrown the ball away.
Well, the pressure's just ramped up. Now you're not playing freestyle against the USA. Now it means something. Because every mistake, and almost another one there.
Vasiljevic now 3-on-1 fast break over to Wilson. He puts up a three. It's rushed, and it's a difficult three. It looked like he was kind of falling.
I'm looking down to Noy as well. Noy's your second rebounder, and he's back on his own foul line when that shot came off. He wasn't even interested in following in.
They're going to take him out of the game. King puts it up, and foul called, boxing out.
And he's on Noy, is it?
Yep.
Back of that zone, just pushing back on Ivan Rab. He held his arm down.
Noy comes out, always comes out. Clark and Froling go back in. Got to remember these are it's the under 17 World Championship, so keeping that level of performance high sometimes is a bit challenging. And Stone drives in, misses. Tatum, and eventually USA with that now back on top by 13. And almost seems like Australia running a little low on the old fuel department here. Froling has just checked in. They'll be aware of his ability to hit the three. Vasiljevic seems to have a burst of energy. He gets inside and draws the foul. Excellent. He had Tatum on his back. And it really is, no, it was Newman that was on his back, excuse me.
Game high 20 points now for Dejan Vasiljevic.
You know, Newman was terrific in the first half, but he's been somewhat quiet here in the second half, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think a couple of bad shots have said to him, I've got to play a bit more team ball here and run this show. It's important in that position. You cannot just come and jack up anything you want to, even though that is his game.
Well, he's going to jack that up, and it's going to go off the rim. And the foul.
Ivan Rab, I think.
Trying to box out with raising his arm.
Nice Diamond Stone. The Diamond Stone on the weak side as the shot went up. Must have cleared up because Diamond Stone is in for an offensive rebound.
Well, Jackson's going to come back in. Jackson kind of forgotten man over there on the USA bench. Coming back. Haven't seen battle, I don't think.
Still a 10-point game. That means that Australia are still within that zone. They can pull this one out.
And Clark gets inside. That's a clutch play from Clark.
Wow, he just kept going round. Defense really gave up on it in the end.
Now Tatum.
Now the pressure's on. Australia got to play smart defense here.
Grab. Oh, it just spins.
Ooh,
goodness me.
Dancing to the music. And a turnover, Jeff. Rolling, lobbing the pass over. That's a key error for Australia.
Yeah, the level of the performance has dropped just a little bit here for Australia in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Rab has provided more evidence of his special talent.
Yeah, you know, he's exceptional.
His footwork is the best in the team.
And he's got some great dribbling as well. I mean, I've watched him dribble it. He's a good player.
Jackson drives, misses, Froling kept it alive, it goes to Rab, and he goes up for the dunk.
Well, we've not seen much of this tournament because he's coming off the bench a lot of time, averaging 10 minutes a game, but the last 2 or 3 minutes he's shown us everything.
He's had the ankle injury. Newman on Vasiljevic, and fouls Vasiljevic as he tries to go past.
Interesting defense there from Newman. He's showing him the sideline, but you know, Vasiljevic is right-handed, so he's going to go hard and strong.
Wilson inbounds it. And Humphries, another turnover, tried to pass it back out, and it leads to the putback, or the layup. And now the USA starting to pull away, up by 14. You know, it's in many respects, it's a shame that if you're just watching this tournament for the first time that you haven't seen Isaac Humphries in his full glory, because he had 41 points, 19 rebounds against Canada. He's had some huge games. But against the USA, it's been really, really tough for him tonight. Wilson puts his head down, tried to get the three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jeff. But you know, if you want to be considered amongst the very best, you've got to produce against the very best. And he's been slightly intimidated, I think, by the Stone, the Swanigans, and the Ivan Rabs. He's on his own, really. Froling's not as accomplished a big man as Humphries is.
Well, Wilson has certainly distinguished himself as a big-time player for Australia's team here tonight. Vasiljevic as well has been terrific.
Yeah, Tommy Wilson will look back on this game and think this is as good as my career has been so far against these guys, and he's got 19 points now.
Back to 13 points, and it's really now Australia with 4:44 remaining. They need to start think about coming up with some steals or some turnovers, and here you get one, although it's self-inflicted by the USA. Wilson drives in, hands it off to Humphries. He scores. Well, that gets it back to 11. Why wouldn't he dunk that? He would have dunked that earlier in the tournament. But I guess you just got to make it.
Yeah, exactly right. Now they got this switch down low. Froling and Stone, they're going away from it too. They're going to Rab. And they keep throwing it inside.
Ramsey. Now Ferguson puts it up right at the line. No good. Australia not done yet. Wilson puts up a tough one. Tried to get it to Humphries. Carl. And the baseline jumper. Well, Clark. And gets it back to 9.
USA just to sleep slightly.
Is it 9 or 11?
9 point game. Points haven't gone up yet on the scoreboard.
There it is.
They're on the top scoreboard up there, 88-79.
These guys are making me work. Second guess myself. Well, you know, the United States still have 88 points tonight. I would suggest they're still on course for 100. But I think Australia came into this with a pretty good game plan. You know, and they had everything set out. They knew how to break the press. They shortened the game, basically. I mean, they stayed in the game for the first half and stayed in the game through the third quarter. And lo and behold, they're still in the game. I mean, you know, 3:48 to go. USA have to close this out. And the question is, can they close it out?
There's no doubt about it. Jeff, they'll take the time offensively. I can't see them really rushing much here.
Not can they close it out, but will they close it out is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I don't see a problem.
Okay.
I think
I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah. I mean, given the number of possessions left in this game, and there won't be many because USA will not take quick shots. Therefore, Australia have got to get to 90 at least to win this game, 89. That means that's 5 offenses for them, maybe 3 or 4, maybe hit threes. It's going to be a tough ask from here on, and the United States will take their time, I'm sure.
Well, they give to Jackson, spreading it around the perimeter. Giles is in there.
Giles needs to touch.
Trying to post up. 5 on the shot clock now. Jackson puts up a long jumper. And Newman goes in, and that's a killer offensive rebound.
Another shot clock. I'm sure Giles will get a touch on this offense. It will be critical. There he is.
Ten on the shot clock. 9. USA waiting late. 6, 5.
Around the zone lob there.
3 from Ferguson. Well, they're not used to having to wait that long to put it up, are they? They usually just get right after you.
Now USA needs some points. Every offense they've got to. Sorry, Australia needs some points. Every offense here.
Vasiljevic. And that had gone.
That was their one opportunity, wasn't it, to get a bit of momentum.
Newman pulls up the other end, and Humphreys goes up. Wilson looks off one way, looks the other. Over to Vasiljevic for 3. Good! That one goes, and now we've got it 88-82.
And all a result of that quick missed jump shot from Malik Newman.
Yep, it was a quick jumper, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they've gone back to the stall again. See, they've got to take their time. You don't want to sort of not be positive, but you've got to be positive in the last 10 seconds.
Well, Jackson almost lost his footing there. Giles puts it up. Well, that's a big shot from Giles.
And I've been begging for it, haven't I? Giles, that low post, get him the ball. It's an 8-point lead now.
Both teams will be going to the line with the next foul. Just bear that in mind. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Vasiljevic puts up a tough jumper. Nobody under the glass.
All 5 green shirts heading back on defense. There's no need to either, because USA aren't going to take a quick shot here.
That's a good point.
You've got to put some boards on the board.
Will they go to the foul game? And foul.
That's a shame that Froling just spotted too late. The mismatch comes into your screen. You're right. He should have been down the way.
Boy, that's almost an unsportsmanlike, isn't it?
Isn't it? Both hands.
3 fouls for Vasiljevic. Now they're going to talk about how to approach the end. It's the end game for Australia. Do you think we're going to be seeing some fouls here? I suppose they're going to have to make some shots as well, but
I think you'll see how these 2 free throws go. Swanigan's got 2, I think.
Flanagan's got 2.
Yeah,
he's gone to the line a lot this tournament. Seem to remember a lot of 1-for-2s.
He's been up and down, I think, as well.
Well, he's shooting 76%.
Let's say that he's had 3 games of 100% free throw shooting. So, and he was 4 of 6 in the game against the Philippines. So he can shoot a free throw. I think he's missed a couple tonight, but did you say that already or not?
How was he against Serbia is the question. Do you remember? No. There you go, Vasiljevic with the 26 points. Humphreys with the 8 rebounds. Those numbers getting a little bit better as the game has worn on here. Remember, the USA have won the last 2 titles in this competition. In fact, they've never lost a game in the Under-17 World Championship.
24-0. What a record. What a record. In fact, I said before, Shaw's never lost in competition. I think he's lost 3 exhibition games, or 5 it is altogether, I think.
And that release looks good. It was a big jumper the previous trip down from Giles, wasn't it, over there on the baseline?
Yeah, that was a key. Absolute key. Giles is just pure class.
And Swanigan makes both. So that takes it back to 10.
Jeff, Australia out of timeout too. They've had all 3 of them, so they're playing from the players who will play this one. Finishes off with that. Coaches help too much.
Humphrey sets the pick, rolls. Noy in for 3. Go! Back to 7.
I just wonder whether they might foul. It goes down low. The deeper into the shot clock, they won't need to foul, but they double team instead.
Newman with 7 on 6, 5, and Newman gets in and scores. Wilson for three. Well, trading twos for threes. 94-88, back to a 6-point game.
That's got to be a foul. Oh, no, Humphries shied away from it.
And Tatum gets in there.
I thought Vasiljevic tried to foul him.
Yeah, I thought Humphries did, or twice. At the end, Vasiljevic puts up the three, banks it in.
Jackson turned around.
96-91, it's a 5-point game. They've got to get a foul, and they do.
Jackson turned around to the bench and said, what else have I got to do? Vasiljevic's got a big smile on his face.
They've got 3 consecutive threes to fall here, Australia. Incredible. Oh, boy. Well, Newman is at the line. I would guess, despite maybe not being at his best here in the second half, he's probably the favorite for the MVP award.
Yeah, got to be. Got to be. He's outstanding. He went 1 of 2 in the first half, so there's a little bit of pressure on him here.
Oh. This is that. 28.9 seconds. It's an eternity in basketball, isn't it?
Jeff, this game is not over yet.
There's the second. Okay, 2 3-pointers.
That's an important free throw, really, isn't it? It means that overtime.
A 3, and he was fouled. Shooting the 3, and why? Why does Giles foul him? You've got to know the situation. Well, did you just go straight up and Wilson gets the contact? Take a look at this. Well, he's got to know better than that.
Yeah, you got to go up straight to follow through. Big threes here, big freebies.
It stops the clock. And Wilson has suddenly lost his touch at the free throw line. He's missed 3 in a row. Well, what a great game it's been. And you got to feel for Wilson. He knows that his team has a chance if he makes these 3 free throws. Humphries will crash the boards here. And he does make the 3rd. And they've got to get a foul. They do. They put Newman back on the line. Well, that was the opportunity.
Yeah,
I mean, we talked about it. We thought that maybe it slipped away, but they hit the 3-pointers. They hit the 3 straight 3-pointers. And then they go down with after the 1 of 2 effort at the line from Newman, and they had the chance.
That free throw, second free throw from Newman was the killer. Does that make it a 3-possession game to win the game for Australia? And
well, he's missing another one now.
This is big. Because a 3 for Australia, this free throw is another one. He's got to get this one to stretch it out to 6.
And he does. Time is the enemy. The clock, 18 seconds, 17 seconds. And just lost his footing. Over to Clark. The block by Jackson. And Vasiljevic fouls Ferguson with 11 seconds remaining. And it's looking right now like USA are going to hold on here against, I got to tip my hat to Australia. They've had some adversity without having Humphries tonight for much of the game.
Wonderful game. What a tremendous game. And Ferguson's this will be his first point for the game.
You know, their preparation was spot on. Oh, he's short. And USA, I think it's what do you think, a case of the nerves getting to him at the end. Nothing today. You can see 10.3 points per game, the average. And the second one good. So that takes it up to 7. Now Wilson, 9, 8. Over to Vasiljevic. And Vasiljevic, Humphries back outside to Vasiljevic. And the USA have done enough. They've won it. They cut down the opposition all the way to the semifinals. They had a game against Greece that was a tough one, but they overcame Serbia, a tough game, and then Australia really came out and pushed these guys hard. And you cannot fault the Goannas, the Australians, for the effort, for the preparation, for the concentration, everything tonight. They gave a great effort. 92 points against the USA, but the USA do just enough. They win it 99-92. I think that when you talk to the coach after the game, Don Showalter, and the players, I don't know about the players, but the coach, I'm sure he'll say it was kind of an uncomfortable game for them.
Yeah, well, look at the points they've given up, Jeff. 92 points. That's the biggest total they've probably given up in the whole 3 tournaments over the last 6 years, since 2010, the first tournament. So yeah, 92 points you give up, you better score a lot if you want to win. And they put 99 up. 7-point victory is probably their closest margin ever in this tournament.
I mean, this tournament has been all about this moment, really, hasn't it? It's been about who has the best chance of beating the United States. When I said yesterday, I felt like Serbia, probably that game was almost like a gold medal game. So hats off to Australia, because they've come out and proved, how good they are.
Well, you won't believe the stats when you see it, Jeff. Australia, Showalter gets the water treatment. Oh, come on, man, you can't treat coach like that.
Where's the champagne? Yeah, get the assistant as well. I mean, these guys are world champions.
Yeah,
absolutely right. Huge moment in their careers. See the Australians thanking their fans, all the fans that came out tonight to watch, and much like Serbia, even though Serbia lost by, what, 20 yesterday or 19, Australia.
Well, you talked, Jeff, about maybe yesterday was the 2 best teams in the tournament. I think I'm going to take my hats off to Australia. These are the best 2 teams. The Australia pumped in 93 when it mattered and just fell short. They had 11 3-pointers to USA's 2 3-pointers. We'll get the stats up in a minute, perhaps.
There's no question Australia deserved to be in the final and are the 2nd best team. And, when they go back and look at the tape, if they do, they'll see some areas where maybe they could have made some plays, made some free throws, but it's a tough ask against this USA team. It's a good team.
Yeah.
And especially on the boards, it's difficult to compete against them on the boards. As you can see, 57-31.
Well, I don't know whether you noticed, I don't think there was an offensive rebound down. I think they had 31 defensive rebounds, because the 31 was sitting on its own. So 0 offensive rebounds.
Boy, Vasilievic's stock has really shot up, hasn't it? I mean, the last few games, he's been outstanding.
You know what? He's an out-and-out shooter, Jeff. On a lot of pro teams, he won't get much chance to dribble, but he can knock down a jump shot, stand and shoot, catch and shoot, and that is his forte. Any team will take him at the pro level.
Humphreys, great player as well. If you look at some of the highlights of tonight's game, I'm not sure that we saw the best of Humphreys, and Wilson is just a great basketball player, and he's only going to get better.
Outstanding today. Really led this team as well. And when they always sat down, the point guard, he was right there to take over and just orchestrate things. Malik Newman, what can you say about Malik Newman? Big. I mean, he's just got an incredible future ahead of him. I see Newman perhaps going into the NBA, Jeff, and just having an immediate effect on whatever team. Top 5 draft pick, probably.
Everybody down in Mississippi gets to watch their favorite son play some more basketball. That'll be exciting. If you go on Twitter or social networks, everybody's talking about Malik Newman. It just seems like every year in the United States there's special talent.
Is he going to sign up in Mississippi?
Oh, I don't know. He's still in high school, so nobody has.
But he's not committed yet.
Nobody's committed. That doesn't happen. That hasn't happened yet. And I think it's still a while. I know that all of these guys are coveted players, and I'm sure that we'll see some of these Australians as well. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a Vasiljevic or Froling? It depends, because sometimes the Australians will go pro before they.
A lot of them do go
down
to
under.
A lot of them do go to USA, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
College.
Delavadova at St. Mary's, as well as Pat Mills, St. Mary's. Cameron Bairstow, who was selected by the Bulls.
Andrew Bogut had a good college career as well.
Absolutely.
A whole
Utah.
bunch of
Just number, going back to Andrew Gaze when he was at Seton Hall.
I remember Andrew Gaze very well, yep.
One of the all-time greats and Australian. In fact, he carried the flag for them when they hosted the Olympics back in 2000.
But I remember watching a rerun of that NCAA final. I think they played Michigan, wasn't it, in the final?
Yep, with Glenn Rice having an awesome game. That was a memorable season for college basketball. So the Americans and the Australians, they've come to Dubai. They've left their comfort zone, but they've come over and experienced something new. You know, previously the World Championships, the Under-17 World Championships were in Europe, in Germany, and Lithuania. Now they've come to this part of the world. Be interesting to see what they thought of it, of being here, or maybe the coaching staff could answer that one better, since they've been at all of them. Because one of the things, when you go overseas and you play for the USA, you're getting exposed and seeing different places, and it's the same for the Australians. You know,
different cultures. You know, you see different parts of the world, different sides. You know, you understand more. Your empathy for how the other half lives around the other side of the world is increased tenfold. They've won many friends over here as well.
Yeah, they'll both know that air conditioning is a very important part of life in this part of the world. I'll tell you that right now. And if you go to the beach, you better have a transportation home from the beach when you get hot, because if not, you're in trouble. You're in the desert.
Of course, when they go back home and somebody says, wow, it's hot outside, they say, listen, buddy, you don't know anything.
But let's go back and look at some of the storylines in this tournament. Obviously, the USA-Greece, that was a huge game that started off. And even though Greece didn't end up having a good tournament, they had their run ended by Australia in a very tough game. You know, we saw they had some great players like Koniatis and Papagiannis and Zidis, and so Greece basketball among the giants. They were a team probably that could very easily have made it deep into the tournament.
Yep.
We saw Serbia kind of grow in the tournament. They had some of their players, Pano anyway, playing at the under-18 championship, European championship, and then joined the team late. We saw some good play from Egypt, even though they didn't win a game. You know, two of their main players were playing at the AfroBasket the under-18 African championship.
Took Puerto Rico to overtime once they got to the knockout stage, with those two guys coming in for their first game of the tournament, bizarrely enough.
Yeah. Speaking of Puerto Rico, we saw Arnaldo Toro, who may be their most consistent player, and Ivan Gandia, and
Leandro Allende of the top prospect in Florida right now.
Yeah, his dad used to play for Puerto Rico, a couple of world championships. We saw some other, you know, Canada have a great team, and they very nearly got to the semifinals, but they were turned over by Serbia. Serbia just dug deep, and
they got a guy, Jamal Murray. And watch out for that name. I love the way Murray plays. He's a very, very exciting guard. Probably the top player on that Canadian team, without doubt.
Okay, how good were Canada? Well, they were good enough to beat Australia, so that should tell you how good they were. Yeah. But you know, it also depends when you win your games. We saw Figueroa of Argentina. He's a great talent, and you know, Allende, their point guard, and the younger brother of Carlos Delfino, Lucio Delfino. That's coming to an event like this. You get to see. It's a real eye opener.
And wonderful, and these guys will have these memories for the rest of their lives. You know, it's a great tournament to play in. Of course, the final was what everybody wanted to get to. We saw so many tears as teams dropped out of it, even from the last 16. I remember seeing Argentinian tears when they lost. And then last night was a dramatic night, wasn't it?
Well, Spain really surprised us after the way they started the tournament. They lost to Puerto Rico, they lost to Italy. They found their A game and made it all the way to the semifinals, and were within touching distance of the final. You know, so obviously a lot of talent as well. We're sticking around because we're going to be having the medal ceremony, and we're also going to recognize the all-tournament team, and we're also going to hear who the tournament MVP is. We had some good moments from Angola, didn't we? Forgot to mention them.
Yeah, interesting, wasn't it? There was a fun team to watch.
Bruno Fernando, remember that name?
Seems such a long time ago now. But they were very enterprising at the beginning of the tournament. I think they got tired. A big tournament like this is a lot after the Angola team. But Jeff, with the tournament team coming up, who's your guess?
I'm guessing we'll probably see Newman. Vasiljevic clearly is on there. Diamond Stone, I think, has to be. As you alluded to, he's probably the best big player in this tournament. He's got so many good players around him.
Diamond Stone is an NBA center. There's no doubt about it. You know, I love watching him play. He's got that outside game that is really suited for the NBA because he steps out about 15, maybe 20 feet, and he's got such a high arc on his shot that it's almost like the days of Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, right now he's 2.08 meters in height, so he's 17. Do you expect him to grow more?
This way.
Well,
he's a big man. Yeah, he'd grow up. Yeah, I'm sure he.
So he would be. Do you think he would be similar to a Dwight Howard center?
No,
He's
Howard.
More
Howard's more athletic, isn't it? I think this is more. You know, we're talking.
You say Olajuwon.
Yeah, with Olajuwon, perhaps he's got. You know, maybe. Again, Diamond Stone's going to carry all the ball going into the NBA in 1 year at college. He's just a very. I just love the way he works. He's just exceptional.
I would have thought we might have seen Pino before the tournament in the all-tournament team, and especially the way he played in the first half yesterday, but I'm not sure that he's done enough. I don't know where the voters stand with Isaac Humphries because he was solid for really the entire tournament, and then he just wasn't as dominant today. And I don't know if the voters will count today against him or if he'll make it, because coming into today, he was on the all-tournament team without question.
And here's the thing, Jeff. You know, as far as I understand it, the winning team will get the player that's got the MVP, which seems logical. It doesn't have to happen, but I think more often than not it does happen. Because Australia pulled off the victory, and one of those players would have been the MVP. Vasiljevic, perhaps, Humphries. And you love the Humphries he did early in the tournament. Vasiljevic perhaps wasn't a presence early in the a little shaky, but he's come good since we've come to this Hamdan Arena. Come to the desert.
There's the trophy that's going to be in the United States. Don't forget, Humphries had 41 points and 19 rebounds against Canada.
Phenomenal.
That's a good game. It was a close, you know, it was a good game. Don't get me wrong, but
we had some numbers last night.
That was a record. That was a record.
Oh yeah, that beat the 37 from the Korean kid. I can't remember. 4 years ago, I think that was. That was the first tournament in Hamburg.
Kim, was it?
I'm going to go. Got the statisticians scrambling for the book right now.
China, you know, we saw, speaking of Asia, we saw some real potential in China's team with Zhao and Hu.
Got a good three-point shooter, good scorer in Zhao. Had big numbers today again. I think he had 26 points today in the 7th and 8th playoff game.
And then had somebody come up and ask me what the final score was. Hey, TV, we're on the we're doing.
This is the A game here, buddy. I'm not sure. Was he asked what the score was? Where was he when the game was being played?
Exactly. Exactly. It's a real shocker when you come to this part of the world. Do you remember when we got here? For the first time.
Yeah.
And it was, what time was it? About 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
And boy, it hit us right in the face, didn't it? It was like walking into an oven.
If you haven't experienced this heat, I mean 42 degrees, I think a couple of days have been, it's just an incredible, but you acclimatize very quickly. It's,
but the longer that I've been here, the more I've liked it.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'll definitely come back. And I'll let these people bring me. They brought me over here.
That's right.
So the USA have won 3 titles in a row, and you think that this dominance will continue?
Yeah, it's going to be tough to break this dominance because, as I said before, the physical strength of this American team, they can pull some athletes out.
But what, you know, the under-19 World Championship back in 2011, don't forget Lithuania won that. That was in Latvia. And I think USA they were beaten by Russia in the quarterfinals. So what's the difference between the age?
This is my theory that these European players, a lot of them, will now go back into clubs. They won't go back into under-18 ball because they're that well advanced. They will go back into senior ball. They'll go back into the pro clubs. So now they'll be bouncing around twice-a-day practices for the next 9 months in pro clubs.
So they're going to have more intensive basketball.
Yes.
And that's one of the big arguments in America, is that the colleges aren't able to train, have as much practice.
These kids going back into their high school year in high school. Senior in high school.
These guys. Yeah, so you're right now, immediately. Yeah.
So Diamond Stone goes back and plays high school ball in, help me out. He's in
Diamond Stone in high school.
in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Milwaukee.
So I doubt there'll be anybody of his stature. He's got to be the best player in Wisconsin
So these guys are going to be getting better competition earlier.
for the next 24 months to the under-19s level. Yeah.
Well, Pano, for example, of Serbia, he's on the books of Barcelona. He's already been there for a couple years. And
So who's to say he won't get bumped up into the senior team of Barcelona? He's playing
Karalombopoulos, already of Greece, plays for Panathinaikos. He played in the EuroLeague this year, to illustrate your point.
and the other one as well,
Panagianis.
Panagianis is going to
Papagiannis,
sign.
sorry.
Papagiannis is going to sign for Panathinaikos. He's at high school in the States last year. The Greeks have brought him back, put him on a contract, and Panathinaikos will have him in practice every day. It's a big, big difference when you go into those pro clubs. You're playing with adults every day, and top pros too.
Ladies
But
and
you got to
gentlemen,
tip your hat to wherever
it's now
Papagiannis plays.
time for
Pretty
the
good ball
closing
player, isn't he?
ceremony
Yeah,
They
he's
must
of
have
the
helped him develop.
2014 FIBA
Yes, but I would think the Greek
U17
Federation would look
World
at the competition he's playing
Championship.
against and said, you've made so
Please
much
welcome
progress.
the
There's no
team
coming
of
back. Saying, yeah, because of the competition.
Australia.
So we're getting ready for the medal ceremony, and the teams are coming out, and the Australians who have claimed the silver medal are going to step up to the podium. Also, the Serbians are out here, as well as the USA. The Serbians and USA, they see the Australian fans cheering them on.
Yeah, the silver medalists take the podium to the left, the gold medalists up to take the one in the middle, and
So they're going to walk out to their positions first.
yeah.
So lots of Aussie fans here. I'm guessing some Serbian fans have hung around
Let's
as well.
welcome Team USA.
So the USA are going to take their spot right behind the middle podium. The world champions, I might add. Here they come. I know these guys' names by heart now, I can tell you.
You know, I'm glad. Bill Ramsey just almost tripped on the little little curtain between the off-court and the on-court, and that's exactly what I did the other day, so I'm glad somebody else did it.
Now let's welcome Team Serbia.
And as the USA step behind theirs, the Serbians start to walk out to their podium position. The coach, he's lagging behind. He was having a conversation. Now he's going to join them. There he is. You can see him trailing up.
Jeff, they must have made a rule, say one coach only, because I've seen presentations here before where there have been 5 or 6 coaches up on the podium, and they've just said maybe one coach only goes up.
It's now time for the all-tournament team
So the
awards.
all-tournament team is going to be presented first, and that'll be done. The TISO all-tournament team will be presented by Mr. Ivan Menini, who we've seen earlier today, the FIBA president, and Mr. Hamdan Saeed, the former United Arab Emirates national team player. So here's Mr. Menini. Boy, he logs a lot of air miles. He goes all over the place. He'll be in Spain at the end of the month. We got to listen
Ladies and gentlemen,
to China.
is the all-tournament team of the 2014
So the all-tournament team. Okay, we now know who the all-tournament team is. How close were we with our predictions? I wonder. Malik Newman from the United States has made the all-tournament team. No surprise there. I wonder how many people from Mississippi have made the all-tournament team at the Under-17 World Championship, the FIBA Under-17 World Championship.
Stop it, Jeff. You got those statisticians scrambling around again.
These are very, very nice young man, Malik Newman. He's answered a lot of questions.
From Serbia.
Nikola Rakicevic from Serbia. Well, he had a great game today in the bronze medal game. He looks like he's been caught by surprise. Well, that'll do wonders for him, probably boosting confidence. He shakes the hand of Mr. Saeed, Mr. Mainini, Ivan Mainini.
Dejan Vasiljevic from Australia.
Dejan Vasiljevic. Okay, well, that's no surprise. He was terrific tonight. He had the 26 points, didn't he?
And he had a 20 points in the quarterfinal when over Puerto Rico, was it?
Puerto Rico, yeah.
Stone from the USA.
Diamond Stone, okay, that's not a surprise. So maybe he's going to be the big man. Well, he really set the tone for the USA in the opener against Greece. 20 points, 10 rebounds. You look at him, you look at Stone and Newman. Also, so Isaac Humphries has made it from Australia.
Yeah, good choice. I think, you know, I said this at breakfast. I was asking you, I said, can Diamond Stone and Isaac Humphries make this same all-tournament team? If it goes by position, probably no, but I think it's a good choice to put them both in there. They're the best two big men in this tournament.
So Humphries gets it, and it's over the body. The full body of work is the tournament, and I tell you, that 41 and 19 against Canada is still kind of flashing in red lights in my mind. So perhaps great things ahead for these guys. Vasiljevic, Stone there, Newman in the middle, Rakicevic, and Isaac Humphries. So there you have it. Look at that. So they've got Newman, Vasiljevic, Rakicevic, Diamond Stone, and Isaac Humphries. The championship is starting 5.
And gentlemen, it is now time for the Teachers Award for the most valuable player.
So the bronze medal team, Serbia, they won a tough game today against Spain. They are going to receive their bronze medals. They won 62 to 59. Now presenting the bronze medals will be Mr. Salah Takak and the Vice President. He's the Vice President of Dubai Duty Free, and Mr. Ali Mustawa, Deputy Secretary General of the Dubai Sports Council. But before that, we're going to have the TISO MVP presented.
Of the 2014 FIBA U17 World Championship.
So the MVP of the tournament is Malik Newman. So he's on a roll, isn't he? Under 16 MVP last year at the FIBA Americas, and he goes to get his MVP award.
Congratulations to the
We sure played like an MVP.
of the championship.
Remember the name. It's going to be flying around your houses in about 3 or 4 years' time when he makes the NBA.
Can you see him getting a lot better?
Oh, he's going to be outstanding. He will.
Where is he going to improve?
We invite medalist players to walk back to their position.
He's everything. I mean, he's everything the NBA needs. A stop and pop jump shot. He's got everything. He can play the game. Maybe just understanding rhythm of a game might be something else at the point guard position. I still think he's a better 2 and 1.
So next, the bronze medals will be Mr. Salah Takak, Vice President of Dubai Duty Free, and Mr. Ali Mustawa, the Deputy Secretary General of the Dubai Sports Council. And they will be delivered by stewardesses.
We are inviting our team to please step on the podium.
So a lot of these guys collected silver last year at the under Under 16 European Championship, and now they have claimed bronze. And don't forget, Serbia lost their starting center before the tournament, right before Klizic.
I think, Jeff, they're the top European team. You know, you got Australia and USA, non-European, so they come in as the top European team, and they were favourites in that final last year. Lost in OT to Spain.
You know, it's one thing to lose Klizic, and it's another thing to lose him right before the start of the tournament. So that was difficult to overcome. I do think that in the earlier stages they had it maybe a little bit easier. And they kind of lulled us into a feeling that maybe they weren't as good as they actually are.
Yeah.
So we've seen Rakicevic. You see Stojanovic there, Peno. The second is Peno. He's the one at Barcelona. You see Marinkovic, Cherkovic, who's your favorite. And we see Rakicevic getting, and then Popovic was a really good player against the USA, wasn't he? So it could be that we'll see some big things from him down the road. Bojanic, Kanic, and would you like to pronounce his name, Aranatovic?
We compete on that one, don't we?
Miladinovic as well. He's got some potential, Miladinovic.
Yeah, it's, you know, but when you go to Serbian basketball, Jeff, you're looking at 7 foot plus as the 5 spot. He plays 5 here. You have to change his game slightly.
What about Peno? The sky's the limit?
Still, the jury's out. You know,
jury's out.
Great game yesterday. Just didn't perform today in a game.
That meant a lot.
It ended up with medals, so his performance wasn't as
was
strong
patchy.
as it could, yeah.
So that's his challenge, is to bring it every night. So now the silver medals are going to be presented to Australia by Mr. Abdul Mohsin Al Dossare, the Deputy Secretary General, Youth and Sports Welfare Ministry, and Mr. Abdullah Al Ansari, the LOC Local Organizing Committee, what that means, Event Director. So with the Aussie chants in the background, they stepped up to the podium. So Tom Wilson, number 7, had a great game. I think he's probably disappointed about the missed free throws because he knows that was kind of at the end, that kind of killed their chances. But that shouldn't overshadow the fact he had a great tournament.
He thought the original 3-pointer was going in, and he almost dropped it. It would have been a 4-point play when the game was 6 at the time. So it was a real game definer as far as the end game developed.
But they would not have even been within sniffing distance of 25 points without him.
Yeah.
30 points even. He was that important. He was awesome.
He only hit that 3-pointer that led him to 3 threes in a row. I think Vasiljevic hit one, and then Wilson hit one as well. 3 threes back to back.
And Mark Watkins. And all credit to him.
Yeah,
really. Tremendous. They came out ready. So that's Australia. There's Humphreys. Big future. Literally and figuratively. And now the United States are going to step up to the podium. The locked arms.
Your biggest applause for the winners of the 2014 FIBA Under-17 World Championship. The United States of America.
Yeah, they all do it in unison together. You think they rehearsed that before they came? That's the gold medal. The gold medal winners. Ferguson looking like Superman there.
United Sheikh Khalifa bin Sultan bin Hamdan.
So Mr. Badar Abbas and who's the Vice President of Commercial Operations of Emirates Airlines, and Mr. Ismail Al-Gargawi, the LOC President, will be presenting the medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the 2014 FIBA Under-17 World Championship, Team United States of America.
So Malik Newman, we saw Tice battle in the first half tonight. Didn't see much of him in the second. I was a bit disappointed. He's got a big future. Devereux Ramsey there, some of the USA fans. I can't wait to follow these guys in the coming years, all of them from all three teams.
Jeff, you look back, I think the selection process on the bus coming over, the selection process in the USA is so much more refined than it used to be. And they choose these players that are going places, no doubt about it. You take the under-19 team from last year, I think 4 or 5 of them were in the draft this year. So there's players that just end up just on a big, huge curve upwards.
Well, Don Showalter's going to be boasting, isn't he, when he goes back? 3-time World Championship winning coach. Under-17 World Championship winning coach. It's been a great ride for him and the USA fans and the USA future. You only get one shot at this, and they seized it. Although it was maybe a little bit closer than they're expecting against an Australia team that really pushed them to the end.
The United States of America.
Nothing like having a gold medal around your neck. Now they're going to play the national anthem. So another FIBA Under-17 World Championship is in the books.
I would like to invite the FIBA President, Mr. Ivan Mainini, to deliver the final speech.
And we're going to have a speech here at the end. From President Ivan Mainini, the FIBA President.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friend of basketball, the first thing is to say it's not working. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to be here first. And in the second row, I want to say thank you very much to all the players, and especially for the players who are here, because I am thinking that it's better this one. Okay. Okay. And thank you to all of you to be here. And congratulations for the result and what you do on the court. It's the most important thing for FIBA. I want also to say thank you to the official and to everybody. I think it was the first championship of this category who was outside of Europe, and it's really a good success. And this success is becoming because all these people are working very hard, especially Dubai, but also the UAE Federation. And thank you very much for your job. It was great. And we think that it's not just the beginning of something for the promotion of basketball in this area and in this region. Thank you very much, sirs.
So, nice words from the president of FIBA, Ivan Manidi.
Because at the same time, FIBA also some other events running, like the Youth Olympic Games for 3-on-3 in Nanjing in China. And in a couple of weeks, we start the World Cup in Spain. And it will be certainly a great moment for everybody and for all the lovers of basketball. And thank you also to the fans, because I see when the level of the games were growing, the fans were coming more and more, and it's a very good way. Thank you. And thank you to everybody. And I want to say now that we close this third championship under 17 of men. The women was made, the girls, excuse me, girls was made some weeks ago in Czech Republic, and it was also a good success. And thank you very much, and welcome for you. And don't remember, never forget that you were here for the championship when you become professional players. Thank you.
I think what was really interesting about those remarks, or quite good, poignant maybe, was or they took the World Championship out of Europe to another place, and they took it to the UAE. And he also said, listen, don't forget that when you guys turned pro, that you played in this event. It's been important in their careers.
Oh, the memories, exactly right, Jeff. The medal will hang high for these guys somewhere at home, but the memories will last forever.
So Malik Newman is going to take, he's the captain, is going to take the trophy, the world title trophy. The World Championship trophy, and hoist it. United States once again beating Australia in the final. 99-92 to win the 2014 FIBA U17 World Championship.
World Championship winner, Team United States of America.
Well, it's been a lot of fun being a part of this, and we look forward to bringing you more games of both men and women for the rest of the summer and in the years ahead. Thanks for watching. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, wonderful experience, Jeff. Wonderful experience. Been a pleasure coming here. Been a pleasure working with you. The best team won on the day. It was just who's going to finish second. And what a performance from Australia. You got to love it. But USA, remember some of these guys, man. They're going to be around.
Well, I'd like to echo those thoughts. Nice working with you, and it's been nice bringing you the games. We'll be speaking to you, no doubt, in the very near future.
Is now officially closed. I would like to invite all three teams to step down from the podium for the photo session.